Get ready to expose the dark arts of manipulation with our latest release, the Master Manipulator's Playbook, Tactics You Didn't See Coming. This captivating exploration delves into the tactics and techniques employed by the most cunning manipulators. As you turn each page, you'll uncover the hidden motives and strategies they use to gain power over others. Prepare to be amazed by the psychological insights and real-life examples that bring these manipulative tactics to life. Whether you're a psychology enthusiast or simply curious about the complexities of human behavior, this book will keep you on the edge of your seat. Join us in uncovering the secrets of the Master Manipulator and protect yourself from their sneaky tactics. Order your copy of the Master Manipulator's Playbook today and get ready to be amazed. Manipulation is a dark and complex subject that has fascinated psychologists and sociologists for many years. It is a tactic that can be used for good or evil, but it is important to remember that ultimately it is the responsibility of the individual to decide how they want to use it. In this book, we will explore the darker side of manipulation and the tactics that can be used to control and exploit others. We will discuss the motivations behind why people manipulate and the different types of manipulation that exist. We will also look at the signs of manipulation so you can be aware of when it is happening to you. Finally, we will provide advice on how to deal with manipulators and how to protect yourself from their tactics. If you are interested in learning more about this topic, then please do not look away. Keep watching until the end, because every next minute we will be revealing one of the secret tactics used by master manipulators. So let's start. 1. They isolate you from your loved ones. If someone is trying to isolate you from your friends and family, this is a big red flag that they are manipulating you. They may try to convince you that your loved ones are bad for you or that you don't need them. Or they may just start spending more time with you so you have less time to spend with your loved ones. Either way, it is important to be aware of this tactic and to stay connected to your support system no matter what. 2. They make you feel guilty. Manipulators often make you feel guilty for doing something that they want you to do. For example, they may say things like, "You are selfish," or "Nobody else will ever love you as much as I do." When you hear this kind of talk, it is important to remember that you should never feel pressured into doing something that you're really not comfortable with. 3. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation where the target is deliberately misled and made to question their own sanity. It is a very insidious form of abuse that can leave the target feeling confused, isolated, and afraid. Gaslighting can take many forms, such as lying, denying, contradicting, diverting, trivializing, or changing the subject. The goal of gaslighting is to make the target doubt their own memories and perceptions. A manipulator may use gaslighting to gain power over the target. It is important to be aware of this tactic and to seek help if you are experiencing it. 4. They use the silent treatment as a punishment. One of the most common manipulative tactics is the silent treatment. This is when a person ignores you as a form of punishment or to get back at you for something. It can be a very effective tactic because it can make you feel like you are being punished without knowing what you did wrong. This can cause you to become anxious and even depressed in some cases. If someone uses the silent treatment as a tactic against you, it is important to remember that it is not your fault. 5. They play the victim. Playing the victim is another common manipulative tactic. This is when someone makes themselves the center of attention by constantly talking about how much they have suffered or how difficult their life is. They may do this to make you feel sorry for them and to get attention and sympathy from you. Playing the victim is a way for them to avoid taking responsibility for their actions, and it can be a very effective way to manipulate people. If someone is always playing the victim, it is important to be aware of this tactic and not to fall for it. 6. They make promises they never keep. One way that manipulators exert control over others is by making promises that they have no intention of keeping. By doing this, they gain the trust of the other person and then use that trust to manipulate them into doing what they want. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not to trust someone who is constantly making promises they do and keep. 7. They give you the silent treatment as a reward. As we mentioned earlier, The silent treatment can also be used as a reward rather than a punishment. This is when a person gives you attention and speaks to you only when they want something from you. It may seem nice at first, but it is really a form of manipulation because they are only giving you attention in order to get something from you. If someone is using the reward of the silent treatment, it is important to be aware of this and not to give in to their demands. 8. They wear you down with constant criticism. Constant criticism is a common tactic used by manipulators to control others. By constantly criticizing someone, a manipulator can make them feel inadequate and insecure. This can make it easier to manipulate them into doing what they want. If someone is constantly criticizing you, it is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it get to you. 9. They are overly critical of everything you do. Being overly critical of everything you do is another way that manipulators exert control. By being overly critical, they can make you feel like you are never doing anything right. This can lead to you becoming anxious and seeking their approval. If someone is overly critical of everything you do, it is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it affect your self-esteem. 10. They throw subtle hints here and there. Manipulators often throw out subtle hints to see how you will react. This is a way for them to test the waters and see if they can get away with more overt forms of manipulation. If you notice that someone is throwing out subtle hints, it is important to be aware of this tactic and not take the bait. 11. They force you to choose between two difficult options. Manipulators often present you with two difficult options in order to force you to choose one. This is a way for them to control the situation and ensure that no matter what you choose, they will come out on top. If you find yourself in this situation, it is important to remember that you do not have to choose and that you can walk away from the situation. 12. They hold grudges. Holding grudges is a common tactic used by manipulators to control others. By holding on to grudges, they can make you feel guilty and cause you to do things their way. This is a way for them to keep power over you, and it is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it affect you. 13. They use pity to get their way. Using pity to get their way is another tactic that manipulators use. By making themselves look pitiful, they can make you feel sorry for them and do things for them out of pity. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let your emotions get the better of you. 14. They ignore your feelings. Manipulators often ignore your feelings in order to push you to do what they want. They may do this by disregarding your opinions or pretending like your feelings are not valid. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it affect you. 15. They keep score of every little thing you do. Keeping track of everything you do is another tactic that manipulators use to control you. This allows them to use your past actions against you and make you feel guilty. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it affect you. 16. They tell you what you want to hear. Manipulators often tell you what you want to hear in order to gain your trust. They may do this by agreeing with everything you say or pretending to care about your opinions. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it fool you. 17. They will threaten you. Threatening you is a common tactic used by manipulators to keep you under their thumb. They may threaten to take away something that is important to you in order to make you do what they want. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it intimidate you. 18. They attack your character. Attacking your character is another tactic that manipulators use to control you. They may do this by making fun of you or spreading rumors about you. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it get to you. 19. They make you feel like you owe them something. Making you feel like you owe them something is a tactic that manipulators use to control you. They may do this by doing favors for you and then expecting you to do something for them in return. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it fool you. 20. They lie to you. Lying is a common tactic used by manipulators to control you. They may lie to you in order to get you to do something for them or to make you feel guilty. It is important to be aware of this tactic and not let it affect you. We hope that you enjoyed this book and learned something new. We would appreciate it if you could leave a comment below with your thoughts on the material covered. We value your feedback and are always looking for ways to improve our content. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.